What's up, guys? Kevin here. So I want to predict the Metacritic score for Returnal because, that's what you do. Plus, I needed a break from Near Replicant. That is my game of the year, by far. Something about 7th gen games, PS3, 360, where it was just, the games had great pacing, took 10, 15 hours to beat. The cutscenes were like a minute, two at best. And they just felt like a video game. I'm playing Near Replicant. I'm like, man, this just feels like a video game. And I feel like gotten away with that. Like Valhalla is 100 hours, and all these video games with like 30-minute cutscenes. Yeah, Near Replicant's my game of the year. And it has some bullet hell sections. Some sections that remind me of this upcoming Returnal game. So I actually sat down and watched 45 minutes just like glued to the TV. It was like Co-Carnage. And I watched a little bit of Giant Bomb. And from what I see it looks very generic. If Sony wasn't attached to this, that's really it. This wasn't a first-party Sony title. I think people go, oh, that looks interesting. That's it. The world is boring and bland. Just the auto-generated levels are just never fun. They never do it for me. This is for me personally. If whatever you saw and you go, and that looks great, hey, I'm not taking that away from you. Good on you. But, I wish I didn't watch that 45 minutes because now I'm thinking, not worth $70. $40, I'd pre-order it right now. $70, I'm going to need it to hit an 85 or higher Metacritic score. And even then, I have to really look into the reviews just because this game is getting very glowing previews from a lot of people that are reviewing the game. My fear with that is Sony is known to say, hey, you gave us a bad review. Well, fuck you. You're not getting any more early copies. That's just how Sony rolls. So there is a lot of Sony love with these reviewers. But it's also on the other side, there's a lot of people, especially Sony fanboys, kind of going in damage control mode, thinking that, oh, this game is really hard, so the reviewers are not going to give it a good score. And I'm leaning more towards reviewers are going to give it a good score because it's Sony, because they want to keep getting access to, early copies, early codes. So, that's how they make their money. So where am I Metacritic score-wise? So from what I saw a game that is probably, if everything works, meaning there's no major bugs or anything like that, I think it's an 80 at best. Now, with the Sony bump, I'm going to give it an 80. I'm going to give it an 85. I think that Sony access that, I want to get Ratchet and Clank a few weeks early, I think that's going to bump it up to an 85. And that's where I'm going to put it. I'm going to put it at an 85. I was at it probably at 87 to 90 earlier in the day, but after watching that gameplay, I'm just like, no. And I'm starting to see a lot more neutrals. I know a lot of these Sony guys would then call them Xbox guys. Like I saw ACG, to be fair, he does have an Xbox podcast. He tweeted today like, I've been playing a lot of Returnal and it's RNG on top of RNG on top of RNG, then more RNG. Housemarque other games had a lot of RNG, but that RNG made sense. It's like, oh boy. And I'm starting to see a little bit, I think Jeff Grubb said something too. I know people call him an Xbox guy. And there was a few others I've seen. So, I think the Sony guys are being very lenient towards this game. Like, it's okay. If you're not interested in this game, it's okay. It's okay to say, hey, Sony, this is not what we're into. I know there's a lot of hope in, like, oh, maybe Sony sees a lot in this game that maybe I should see something. Well, now I'm seeing Sony that's saying, well, fuck this game. We're putting a Ratchet and Clank state of play the day before. So Thursday, when a lot of people are probably going to be pulling the trigger on Returnal, Sony's like, wait, hold on. We got Ratchet and Clank here. So I'm thinking maybe Sony doesn't like what they see from Ratchet and Clank number-wise. But then again, like, why couldn't you, like, wait a week and not cannibalize Returnal? But, yeah. Oh, why do I have it up here? Oh, yeah, let's look at Housemark. Let's see their Metacritic scores for other games. So the most previous one, Matterfall. I didn't know they did Matterfall. And that was a Sony. That's interesting. Matterfall came out in August 2017. I don't remember Matterfall getting any love the way Returnal is. I gotta look at this Matterfall. But 73 out of 100. That's not good. That's not good. But before that was Alienation, which was 79 out of 100. Uh-oh. Resogun, I think it was one of the very first PS Plus games, at least one that I downloaded. Metacritic, 84. 84. Super Stardust Delta. 82. Yeah, it's... Oh, yeah, Next Machina. Next Machina was a game I saw reviews of. I'm like, oh, it looks really cool, but... No, it's at an 88, so okay. Yeah, so 88, I think... Yeah, I'm sticking with 85. To me, the world just looks a little too generic and bland. The combat, I also hear the combat, like, you don't really aim. You just kind of point in that direction and you will hit the enemy. So, I don't know. I mean, that's where I'm at personally on the game. Seems like maybe a decent $40 game. The gameplay loop, especially if you die over and over and it's really hard, that gets old very fast. Very fast. So, what I'm hoping personally is Sony understands this. Sony understands the type of game Housemarque is making. And hopefully they give them a pass. If it doesn't sell exceptionally well, or if it doesn't get great reviews. I don't think... Actually, I'll probably take that back if they don't get great reviews. But they work with Matterfall. Matterfall didn't get great reviews. Yeah, so I'm hoping they get a pass. Maybe the game didn't cost that much to make. Is there any development? Yeah, I mean, I'm hearing good things about the DualSense and the 3D audio. So a lot of these things probably will factor in, especially if it does the DualSense very well. There hasn't been that many games that do besides Astrobot. So, yeah, if it can really, and 3D audio. I think I've heard a couple times like, oh, 3D audio is here finally with Returnal. Yeah, that can absolutely bump up the score. Yeah, not much on development there. But, yeah, I'm putting it at 85. Which is kind of in the no man's area. It's like not enough to get Sony guys happy in 85. But it's not like low enough for Xbox guys to rub it in their faces. Spending $70 on a 69 Metacritic game. Yeah, I want it to be one or the other. I want it to be really good. So I go, yeah, I'm buying this. And, or really bad so I can be Team Xbox and join in on all the Returnal hate. It's a great month for gaming. Nier Replicant, again, great game. Then we got Returnal, and then the following week, Resident Evil 8, and then Mass Effect Trilogy. We good. We good. And then like Shin Megami Tensei later that month, too. All right, so yeah, 85 Returnal. Tell me what you think in the comments, and I'll talk to you later. Later.